Good afternoon, everybody. This is Cliff here with Fox It Outdoors. Another beautiful Wednesday afternoon. It's close to around 12 o'clock p.m. We're looking at about 88 degrees today. It don't look it, but it is. Aside from that, that's how my weather's going. Today we're going to do a quick little video, just because I know you guys are probably tired of watching me pull things out of the ground, off bushes, off of plants. So we're just going to do a quick little run through of the garden, see how everything's doing. It's been about 2 weeks roughly since my last video. Way I've been doing these lately is I've been filming a video, waiting a week, posting it, and then filming another one. So roughly each video that I've posted over the last couple of weeks is about a week behind, so forgive me on that one. I figure it's easier to do it that way than to film it and then post it on the same day. This way it gives me a chance to film an extra video, so I have at least one ready for the next week if I happen to not film, which I did do a while back, about 2 weeks ago. I decided not to film just because I got bored with it, and I'm pretty sure, like I said, you guys are tired of watching me pull stuff out of the ground. But anyways, I digress. Let's get this underway. This should be a quick little one. I'm going to try to keep this under 20 so you guys don't get bored with it. So here we have my strawberries, doing absolutely splendid. I got my 4 in here. These guys are ready to go wherever I want them to. This one's struggling. He got a little dry. Forgot to give him water for a day or two, but I still have green on it and he should be okay. I've got 2 more back here in their little pots, doing really well. I pretty much cut off every runner off of these guys that I saw, aside from 2. And this one is just filling out nicely. I had 2 runners going this way, which I allowed. And one is set here, and the next one's over there, and it's going to send out another set. So I'm just going to let these guys go where they go. I will be happy with those ones. It seems my dahlia plant back here toasted. Don't know what happened. Either A, got too much water, or B, didn't get enough water, or something or other. Don't know really what happened, but it died. I don't really mind, because I've got a full bush of this stuff in the backyard anyway. My onions. I'm honestly surprised these things are still alive. I accidentally let them dry out a number of times, and there's a mosquito trying to land on me. I don't know where it's at. I just saw it, but I lost him. But yeah, I've let these guys dry out a number of times just because of work and other stuff. So they're still alive, which is shocking. I got mosquitoes everywhere back here, folks. They are like trying to munch on me as I'm filming. Strawberries, I had transplanted 6 more up in here, and it looks like they all died. Looks like I lost the one here and one in the corner. Too dry, I guess, maybe, I don't know. You can see they're getting a little brown, so they're not getting enough water. I don't know how these guys in the pots are still doing well, because these dry out every 2 days, and I'll water them every like 3 or 4 days because I forget about them. Mosquitoes, mosquitoes, mosquitoes. Bottom ones are doing all right. I've got my lemongrass stuff in there. The wood sorrel grows everywhere these things grow. I don't know why, but there they go. My parsley needs a little bit of water. He's looking a little sad. Other than that, I've lost like 3 or 4 of the plants that are in there. I'm going to redo most of this stuff anyway. I'm going to take the soil out of here, restretch my bucket so it's like square or rectangular instead of round-tangular. I'm going to get that dealt with over the next couple of weeks. At some point, I still plan on filling all of these. I've got my last planter down in the bottom over there because the wind kept taking it and pulling it off because there's nothing in it. If you guys hear any rustling of plastic, that's because I have a plastic bag on my arm. I'm going to go do some bean harvesting after this, as I have probably about 3 or 4 pounds worth of beans I got to pull. And this is my canna plant, doing fantastic. I'm not getting any more blooms off of it at the moment, mainly because I don't think I gave it enough water over the last couple of weeks. But you can see I have tons of seed pods on this thing everywhere. Seed pod, seed pod, seed pod. And each one of those will usually hold about 2 to 4 seeds. Sometimes 6, depending on how big the seed pod itself is. I've got a brand new growth right here, this guy. You can still see the kind of spiraled, coiled up leaf. And this thing is just going. I've got actually another one in the back right there. Very hard to see because of the shadow. But this guy is going ballistic. Originally had 3 plants in here growing. And now I have, looks like about 12. It has just taken off. And I just ran into my water bucket. Almost got water down my pants. These are my Columbines. These things absolutely took over this planter. I did have in the back, these were supposed to be some, God, I think they were lupines. Yeah, these were the lupines that I had in the back. And they grew and then died. So I don't know what happened. It's a possibility that what they're doing is they're rooting themselves and they'll come back up next season. I haven't a clue. I really don't. I've never grown them before, so it's going to be a new one. I have my one lemon habanero popped up. Somehow managed to survive. I think that's one of my seeds. Nope, that's a food bit. Didn't get any of the yellow reapers to grow, which is sad because I no longer have any more yellow reaper seeds. And then I've got my one bell pepper. I think that's a bell pepper. I really honestly have no clue anymore on what half of these are, other than this one, which is a lemon habanero, which will be nice. I can get him big enough to grow enough stuff this year. I can get some seeds off of him and grow a couple of more. But I think I might just grow my peppers in these things once I get the soil blend right. They seem to, well, so far they seem to like this space. I got a mosquito chewing on me. I gotta watch these things, man. They'll land on me and I won't even feel them. My garlic, we figured out what happened with these ones. They didn't overwinter, so they didn't get refrigerated. Is more or less what me and Mallory discussed. So I think that's what happened, is they just didn't get their cold weather treatment. So these things are growing apparently like leeks. I have no plant growth under them. I took this guy out completely, and it was nothing but roots and a little bulb. You can see the little white part, and that's it, and then all the rest of it's root. So I'm just going to leave these guys in here over winter. If they do something, they do something, and if not, well, I can go buy more garlic at the store and grow more whenever I need to. That'll be a somewhat, I wouldn't say failed experiment, more like a grandiose learning curve. I have Texas Ranger here going fairly decent, or coming back to life actually. This thing was almost dead. My oregano, you guys can see here, I had to murder my entire plant. I left this get a little too dry for a few days, actually for about a week. I forgot to water it and this thing almost completely died, but you can see here it's actually recovered quite nicely, coming back with some very vibrant fat leaves. Each one of them leaves is, you know, roughly the size of, you know, I'd say a fingernail, which is good. I had 3 varieties of plants up here, but yeah, these are just my radishes now. You can see the absolute devastation of the leaves. Had a couple of caterpillars on there, and I took them off and I chucked them up in the sun. Over here, they're probably already gone. Yeah, they all wandered off. So probably hiding under here. Or the birds got them. That'd be my next best guess. Yeah, it looks like the birds might have got them. So I hate worms. I hate them, so I stick them up in the sun to let them roast. Oh, nope, here's one. See his little green butt right there? Hiding under the sun. Hiding from the sun. Stick them on the rocks where it's hotter once the sun gets to it, but looks like my sun's getting lower and lower over the seasons. I'm going to take you guys this way real quick to show you my raspberry bush. Or sorry, raspberry bushes. And all the abundant glory so far that I'm getting. These look absolutely sad and haggard, but they seem to be doing all right still. But check it. I've got a couple good raspberries there. I've got a massive head full of them here. I'll be pulling those in the next day or two. I'll have, look at this, I've got a couple more heads here getting ready to grow. I just seen a bunch of mosquitoes over here, so I gotta be careful. I've got a little bushel of heads there. Some smaller ones here. I don't like touching these things because they're pointy and pokey. I've got a good amount here. I've got an absolutely massive head of these things right here. Check this out, a ton of them. There's more on the back side over there. I got another head of them here. And I'll be getting a little bit more here and there as the season goes and starts to cool off. I should start getting more. I think I got a whole bunch more back here. Let's see. Yeah, I got some there. Nothing on the back side. Nope, just my plants growing and dying little by little. A quick overview of the back garden. It's like we've been working on some, pulling out some weeds here and there. I wish some of these weren't pulled out because I was planning on doing something else with them, but it is what it is. Lemon tree doing all right back there, getting really nice and big in his little tiny pot. At some point, these will all be transferred to 10-gallon buckets, and that will be their final resting place. My orange tree is doing really well also. He is getting quite big. When I got him, he was half this size. He wasn't any bigger than where it splits right here. All of this is all brand new growth. So I'm really happy with how this guy's turning out. I've got my other sector of strawberries here. Looks like I lost a few, but oops, sorry about that, folks. I've got a couple here and there trying to reseed themselves. I don't know what happened here. This is, oh, I see, there we go. I see what happened. Yeah, replace that guy. So I got my little runner, got one there, one there. This guy sent out runners. I've got two of them. There's one here and one over there. Which is shocking because these guys haven't done anything in 2 years since I put them in here. But all of a sudden this season they're going everywhere. You can see I got runner that goes this way and this way, and there's like two more that way, and I got one that goes this way and then over that way. Mosquito trying to land on me again. Go run back this way. All of my other plants. My parsley from the original batch from the greenhouse. That thing's doing whatever it's doing. I've got my other set of oregano, my Italian oregano on this one. This guy's flowering, so I got to keep popping these things off, otherwise it'll stop growing. Ooh, look, I got a whole branch here that just died of oregano. I'm actually going to set that somewhere where I can utilize the dried leaves, because even though the leaves are dry, this stuff is still good seasoning. So I'm going to go set her on the table over here. Actually, I'm going to set her on the bench right here. Bam, that'll keep my dry oregano in one spot. And my basil plant, my other ones, these are my backyard basil plants, doing really well. And I do mean doing really well. This guy was almost dead and came back to life. And I got a little pollinator over there. And this is my other dahlias. These things are going absolutely ballistic. Look at this. Look at all the flower heads on there. Some of these have already come and gone. You see the dead ones here. These ones have already done their deed, and they're going away. And look, I got a little buzzy friend right there. More basil. Scraggly one on this one, but still alive. My rosemary. And all the rest of my plants. And then my 4 random trees that decided to grow on their own. I got a little lizard friend. Hey guys, if you saw him, just skitter out of the way. And then I have my foxgloves here. These won't do anything this season. Most of this stuff is like 365 something days, or like 360 days for these things to root themselves, grow, and then they'll come back next season, hopefully. And these things will usually grow about 3-4 feet tall. Aside from that, we've got the roses over here doing what they're doing, which is exploding with absolute vigor. Unfortunately, I lost all of my sunflower seeds to bugs and birds. So that's pretty much done off of there. I can't do anything with it other than watch them die. And here is the beast of honor, is my massive tomato plant. This thing got so big, it actually pulled all of the caging frame off. And it is now, look at this, I have that whole tomato plant down there. I just got whacked by a bee, which I don't know what this thing is doing. It's about to get slapped with my phone. Look at this cluster of tomatoes. I got tomatoes there, cluster. This thing's actually now starting to grow into the rose bushes. I got this guy broke down, and he's got tomatoes everywhere on him. I've got a bunch of tomatoes I got to harvest out of here today. But yeah, this is this beastie of a plant. And I'm finally, look at this. Let's see if you look. That goes over there, comes up and goes this way. This plant got so heavy, it actually collapsed slowly in on itself. And I did want to show you guys this. Check this out. So this is one of my bell pepper plants that grew over here. And I'm finally getting bell peppers on it. I've got one plant. Ooh, he's there we go, a little squished under there. Let's say I got heads on here finally. This one actually has a bell pepper, so he's finally getting somewhere. And now we're going to make a very quick journey to the front yard, show you guys what I'm doing, and then after that I'll let you guys get on your way with your day, and I'm gonna go get to harvesting. We have our full overlook of the front yard garden, or window garden. I've got my usual, my pecan tree, my onions, pecan tree, carrots, and my dwarf apple tree. You'll notice my carrots are finally taking off. These things are getting massive now. After removing them out from over there, putting them over here, they seem to be doing really well. Onions are growing really nicely. I've got a bit of lettuce growing in there as well. And then check it out, folks. I have my carrots are popping up really well. I no longer have just the sun grabbers. I have actual foliage. So these things are actually getting the nice big fuzzy leaves. And then I've got my bed of radishes here growing as well. My potatoes doing really well, growing nicely in both pots. And then I have my corn, which I transplanted over here from the compost bin that was growing on a piece that I chucked in there. I did lose 2 of them, unfortunately, mainly because I think they were just too small, and one of them I kind of broke the top off on accident planting it. But either way, I still have like 10 corn stalks in here. It was going to be 12, but it is what it is. I lost a few. It happens. Blackberry Bush. I've got one already sticking out way over there. I've got to wrap him back around, but look at this. I can, at the beginning of the season, you guys could almost pretty much still see the window. This thing is almost completely blocked out now from the bottom. I just got to start working stuff up around the top. And then I'm working these guys over this way. This is going to just be a full screen. I need to get another post to finish off over here. But yeah, I'm starting to weave, as you can see, these guys back and forth over here. I've got all of these ones that I'm going to try to get over as well, and then it's just going to go through there and back and forth. So I'm going to make a straight wall of blackberries. And that is how this is going to look when I'm done. The big planter here and this planter are most likely going to get moved. I'm going to put them somewhere else. I'm going to rework this. I got to work it just so we can still get the cars in and out over here. So I have a bit of rearranging to do. But I think what I'm going to do essentially is I'm going to take my three peppermint pots over here, and I'm going to stick these guys. I'm going to put one here, one in the middle, and then one more or less on the end. That way I have all 3 of them there. I'll pull the main ones, probably just going to go around the corner right over here. I got to rework some stuff, like I said. So Now we're going back this way. This bag is really hot, so I'm gonna just wedge it in my pocket. Hopefully don't blow away. No, I'm not trying to make you all seasick. I'm just trying to give it a bit of a twist and other side from standard straight up and down video angle qualities. So I've got more carrots here. I'm going to be pulling some of these guys. Actually, I'm probably going to pull all of these today. These are going to be really nice. I've gotten some really good carrots out of this pot so far this year. Some really nice ones. If anything, if you guys don't see me pull it, which I'm not going to show you, I'm not going to film it. I will post pictures on Instagram so you guys can see it all there. I'm starting to get more flowers here on my eggplants. Now that we've harvested most of the eggplant off of here, it's going to start producing more, and it should get them fairly decent. Still have this big guy in here, a couple little ones. I'm going to let these guys just grow. My mescaloon's doing really well. Yesterday it was all wilted. Despite getting rain for the last couple of days, I went like 3 days without watering these completely in like 90-degree heat, and they kind of died. Almost died. So I got a little bit of carrot here. I know you guys can't see it because of the shade, but yeah, there he is. And then I am letting my lettuce go to seed here. I've got tons of seeds right there ready to get harvested soon. And then I'm just going to replant them in here. But I've got more radishes growing in here as well. And you guys can probably see I've got one eggplant right there just chilling. And I've got a couple more here and 2 more up in there. Gonna move over here. Look at this. I've got another daikon radish ready to go. I've got another one down on the other side. I've got 4 of them in this spot. They seem to be doing really well. I think what happened with the last batch is I had too many of them clustered in one spot, so they overcrowded and died. I just didn't do what they should have done. I've got more bell peppers in here. Check this out. I've got some absolutely massive ones. I mean, this guy is huge. Look at him. That's a full-size bell pepper. Got more over here. I still think these are hot peppers, these little ones, because that plant's not getting very big. But I've got bell peppers galore here. Tree's doing fine over there. I've got my 2 cantaloupes. The one time I actually remember what they were while filming, instead of sitting there trying to figure out what they are. This is my absolutely massive forest of basil. I wish I could share this with you guys. I probably have 15-20 pounds worth of basil right here, wet. Dry, I probably won't weigh more than maybe 16 ounces, if that, if I'm lucky. But yeah, I have basil like galore. So this is what I did. I trimmed all of this stuff off with the actual hedge trimmer, and I left all this just as a test to see what would happen. And this stuff is growing back almost as quickly as I chopped it. It was only about a week ago I did this, and it took off like crazy. Let's see, go over here, check this guy out. Look at this absolutely massive radish I have. I've got another one back there, a couple little ones here and there. I'm gonna pull some of these guys out. Oh, look, oh man, I got one over here so dang big, it's split. Check it, this guy actually broke. Like, he's split. Look at that thing. I don't know what happened to that. I have never seen a radish do that. That is insane. But I'll be pulling radishes today as well. And then I did pull 2 big old zucchinis off of here. I got one inside. But you guys can see this is going crazy. Look, I got one there. I'm going to have one there. I did pull off another one. It's about a 3-pounder. And then check it. I've got beans galore. So like I said, I have probably about 3 or 4 pounds worth of beans on here I'll be harvesting today. Other than that, I think that's pretty much going to be it for this video. Let you guys see some more beans. They're everywhere on here, like everywhere. Beans galore. Beans, beans, beans. This thing just won't stop giving me beans. I get enough beans every week to feed like 8 people. It's just insane. It just keeps going. Look, there's beans everywhere. Beans, 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 beans. So yeah, I'll be harvesting all of these today. Anywho, folks, thank you all for stopping in. For those of you who made it through this entire video of me speed rambling and going through the garden, I very much appreciate it. If you guys can, also do me a favor, hit that thumbs up. Share this out with any friends and family. If you know anybody that's into container gardening, send them my way. I'd be more than welcome to help them out with any information that I can. Other than that, again, thank you guys for joining me today. This is going to be Fox It Outdoors, signing off.